Greetings and salutations. Ryan here, setthepacetriathlon.com, and we're doing a quick little video talking about IRONMAN Texas 2022 specifically, and we're talking about the athlete guide. Excuse me. So yes, it is the end of March here in 2022. Time of recording this video, April 23rd. So about a month away. Race day is coming, so make sure you're ready. They have got the 2022 athlete guide on the website. Go to athletes, go to athlete guide. There it is. Hit the download button, and there's the PDF. So if you want to see it for 2022, I'm going to download it. I put it on my knowledge base for people to look at later. If you're watching this in 23, 24, or some years later, always check for the latest because it does change from year to year. But you can't see it in here, but this is 49 pages long. I like to print this off and have a physical copy with me. I make my notes. It's got the athlete, it's got the schedule, it's got the maps, it's got everything in here. I'm going to go over the kind of the important things that I print off and what I take around with me, because I do not like to print off 49 pages and carry that around with me. Even if you do double-sided, that is going to be around 25 pages. Still a pain in the butt. So I try to make it as easy as possible myself. So I do print off the front page because I like it. It's kind of nice. I skip the table of contents. If you want to know about the race director, you print that off and read it for later. Event schedule, definitely print this off because that's going to be important. Know where everything's at, what's going on, because it's got locations, it's got times, all that good stuff. I do not print the advertisements. Yeah, it's good to, they got to pay the bills. They got to have the advertisements in there, but I don't like that taking up my printer ink because that whole page is black and that would just kill your ink. Athlete check-in is important information. So when, where, what to bring, check-in steps, emerging contacts. So this right here, if you have a situation, 813-415-6767, that might change from year to year. That is the number to call. If you got some problem, your rental car has a flat tire and you're going to miss check-in, call that number, email that email, and say, hey, I can't check in on time because I had a flat tire and I'm waiting for AAA to come fix it on the highway. That is your contact information. Print this page out, have it with you. This is why I print it, because if you don't have cell service, can't get online and see it, you have a physical copy pulled out of your bag, and then that's the number you call. This is why I print off this, the athlete guide. So race packet will include wristbands, all this information. I print this page out. Pre-race info, I print all the stuff out. It's got locations. It's got addresses for everything. Transition, swim start, Ironman Village. Swim start is also where they're going to do the practice swim on Friday. Mandatory biking gear, practice swim, personal safety, gear bags. Go ahead and print that off. Just to have it, especially if this is your first time. You want to start your first time, I print this off just to make sure that they haven't really kind of slipped anything in there. It's kind of changed over the years, because sometimes it does. I'm going to skip printing this page. Race day info. Always print this off. Always have it. This is going to tell you what they're going to have on the course as far as food, nutrition, and hydration. It's important to have. Race day info continued. I print this off. So this is stuff I read like when I'm on the flight or the downtime, when I'm resting, taking it easy. Also, like I said, so you have it. If something comes up, you have contact information. You know where to go. Punch in your GPS. It's all that kind of good stuff. Cutoffs, all that kind of good stuff. Post-race info. Print this off too. Have it with you, just so you know. Skip that page, and then qualifying. Do you think you're in jeopardy of qualifying for the World Championships? Print this page out. You'll need to know it because it tells you all the things you need to know in order to get there and be there and roll down and claim your spot. Skip that page. This is the swim course. I've gone over it. Really hasn't changed over the years. I print it off just so you know. If you feel like brain farts, like, is it 1 or 2 laps? It's got 1 lap, 2.4 miles. There you go. So then it's got some just information about the rolling swim start, swim course rules, wetsuit information. Print that off so you don't have to keep asking, what's the cutoff for the temperatures? They're going to post it like crazy. So just so you have it, know it. Swim start checklist. I print this off just for fun. Advertisements I don't print. Bike course, 2 loops. I definitely print this off and know where you're going and what you're doing. 2 loops. Make sure you're paying attention. It also has turn-by-turn directions and the elevation chart with a whopping 1,200 feet of elevation gain. That's pretty nice. You do have a little bit of climb and come to the finish line. But anyway, you have it there so you can look it over later when you have some downtime. Bike course, position rules, I print that off. Bike course rules, print that off. Cycle Smart, I'd print that off. Advertisement, I would not print that off. Bike store and tech information, print this off so you have it. They do have all this information here. You could set up if you're having your bike shipped, you want something else put together. They do that. All kinds of stuff. Race ready tune up. You know, if you get there in town, and you want to do something wrong with your bike, you bring it in, get it set up your time, and you can bring it in. So I print that off. Skip all that information. The run course, 3 exciting loops around Lake Woodlands. Know it, love it. It's going to be your friend. I definitely print that off, turn by turn, and a whopping elevation gain of 500 feet. Run course information, I definitely print that off. Advertisements, I would skip. Overall rules, I would definitely print these off just so you'd be aware. So you can never say, well, I didn't know. And it's like, they're going to say, well, it's in the athlete guide, so this is what you got to abide by. If you didn't do it, too bad. You're disqualified. Make sure you know the rules. Physically challenged, if you're in that division, here's your rules. Here's violation in cards. So know this. If you're out there and you get a drafting violation, this is good. Littering violation, blocking, disqualification. Know the cards. Know what the penalties are. That way you don't roll by a penalty tent when you should have stopped and didn't know about it, and then get DQ'd when you roll into T2. Medical policy. You don't think you need it until you need it. Read through it. Know the medical policy. Ironman Foundation, if you want to print that off and know about it later, that's there. All-World Athlete, if you're in that scenario or you want to be in that scenario, this is information on the All-World Athlete. Skip this page, Frequently asked questions, definitely print this off and have it. Skip that page, athlete checklist. Now I've got plenty of those on my website. I've done plenty of videos on them, but I have to print this off as well, just so if they have something on there, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Then you can update your checklist too. So have it there. Not print. So I like to do this, especially for the individual races and everything, just to prove that don't just hit print, because it's 49 pages and probably half of them are advertisements, which is great. They got to get their money in. But I like to save my printer ink and printer paper and my time. So I go through and just print off individual pages. So I just print them off and call it good and keep it with me, staple it together, get my little handy stapler, print it together, and take it with me. So I know I ran through that kind of quick, but I would just want to go through the athlete guide and kind of advertise what I would print off and what I keep with me, just so I'm in the know and I have it with me at all times. So I have a paper copy after the race, and I check it and call it all good. So with that, hopefully that helps you out as far as the athlete guide for IRONMAN Texas. If you got any questions, put them in the comments. Give it a like if you're seeing it on Facebook. Give me a like, subscribe if you're seeing this on YouTube. Give me a subscribe, because you'll see all future videos about IRONMAN Texas, and then you'll see any other tips, videos that I publish out there. If you have any questions, if you have any comments or anything, put them in Facebook, put them in YouTube. I always like to see them. Always try to answer all of them and keep on top of them, especially if you see something in there that maybe didn't make sense or maybe is inaccurate. It happens. I'm human. I like to make sure it's updated and everything is as accurate as possible. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. And I wish you nothing but the best on race day, and happy training, and we'll see you guys at the finish line.